Dent site, located in Colorado, is one of the first archaeological sites where an arrowhead was discovered lodged in the mammoth skeleton. Dent is also one of the largest mammoth graveyards in recorded history. Dent site dates back to about 11,000 years ago, and it offers evidence that man and mammoth coexisted in this region. In 1932, Frank Gardner, a Union Pacific Railroad employee, discovered large animal bones by Dent Railroad Station after a period of heavy flooding. Further excavation over the following year unearthed several types of crude stone tools as well, including an arrowhead lodged in the ribcage of a mammoth. Different Paleolithic cultures are recognized by the shape of the stone tools they used, specifically arrowheads. The tools that dominated Dent site were called Clovis points. Clovis points were named after a town in New Mexico, where this design dominated archaeological digs. Clovis culture was a prehistoric Paleo-Indian culture. These people were alive at the end of the last glacial period. The discovery of these symmetrical fluted projectile points as far north as Colorado has led archaeologists to believe that Clovis people were the first human inhabitants to create widespread culture in the New World. During the original discovery, many of the mammoth bones were sold or traded to different museums across the country. This made skeletal analysis difficult to accomplish until recently, so we're still learning from these remains. Today we can tell several incomplete skeletons were pieced together to assemble complete specimen exhibits. In order for modern researchers to access these original skeleton collections, they have to travel to multiple museums. The very first on-site skeletal analysis identified 14 animals. This included an adult female, 4 young adult females, 4 adolescents, and 4 infants. The absence of adult male skeletal remains suggests dense animals lived in matriarchal family herds, similar to modern African elephants, where young males separate from their birth families after maturity. Butchering marks, such as cuts and saw marks, were interpreted as being made a few days after the animals were freshly killed, up to several weeks after death. Some of these marks seem to have been created with more difficulty as time went on, suggesting that the Dent mammoths had been killed in early winter, when their bodies would be kept fresh during cool or freezing temperatures, preserving the meat as the bodies froze. The placement of these animals, when they were hunted, suggests that they lived in areas with easy access to water, favoring shallow river crossings. Because mammoths lived in freezing climates, their bodies have been naturally preserved in ice. From Russia to Siberia, these bodies are becoming more accessible due to global climate change and melting ice caps. Many of these specimens still have their hair and skin intact. Until these frozen mammoths were discovered, it was a popular belief among the scientific community that mammoths met extinction because they were unable to adapt to warmer weather or a changing environment. This infant was discovered by a reindeer herder in the Arctic tundra. Even its eyelashes are intact. The contents of its full stomach tell us finding food wasn't the problem. Tissue and mineral samples back this up, proving it was in perfect health. This infant body, along with the slaughtered juveniles of Dent site, suggest overhunting by man to be the cause of extinction. Scientists warn us that along with these thawing bodies, they found poop containing ancient bacteria, viruses, and other pathogens that plants and animals of today have no immunity to. Some of these have been proven to survive being cryogenically frozen by nature.